Hi, Varangon Tagma Alliance. This is Zealot Naga here, Chief of Ubuntu Incorporated, and I'm making a video about fleet tackling. We have gotten to the point where practically every night we're fielding fleets with more than 10 people in them, and I just wanted to share a few tips, a few small adjustments that we can make to our fleets to make tackling better. In a small gang, this doesn't really apply as much, although you can follow similar principles. But in a larger fleet, it is imperative to be better organized on tackling than we currently are, because we're at a point where we can get a large fleet run away from us, and spreading points results in more kills. And the way that I'm going to describe tackling right now, you will understand it will help us increase the number of ships that we successfully tackle. Master Minky is not with me today because I'm traveling, and so this is just kind of a video that I've wanted to do for a while, and this is just one night that I was in a hotel in between watching Lost with my wife, and I decided to do this quick little video. So tackling, I had a video on tackling before. It's very simple. You have a web and a scram or a disruptor. You get in range, you get close to the target, and you duck his guns, and you try to stay alive while the rest of the fleet pummels the target. That's pretty straightforward. Most fights, when you first start PvPing, kind of go that way, and it's all good. So, and of course, then when there's a next target, people tackle that target and keep on going. And this suffices, but it's not the best way, and there's a much better way to do it. So when you have a fleet of, say, 15 people or so, most of the time our fleets have a lot of drakes in them, just because it's kind of a bread and butter. It's a very good early ship to learn how to fly. There's another reason why drakes are good, that we're promoting them specifically for heavy tackle, is because they are usually the last ship to be fired on, because they have a really good tank and very low DPS usually. And so most of the time they will not even get attacked until the rest of the fleet is dead. That's what makes them such good tacklers. So in a fleet, say, of 15 people, a better way to do tackling is to designate two people, one as a primary tackler and one as a secondary tackler. And the reason for the designation is so that when the fight starts, the commander can very effectively optimize the DPS output of the fleet. And here's how he does it. When the engagement starts, he will be telling the fleet the primary and the secondary target. With a fleet of this size, they will be able to kill most ships within 30 seconds, unless there's logistics on the field. So they go down really quickly. So once the first target dies, people usually start switching their tackle over to the secondary target, but it's a little bit too late, because it's much better to have the target tackled ahead of time. And the reason is, first of all, their speed, because they're hard to hit if they're moving, so they should be already webbed and slowed down. Second, because if the target realizes that it's going to be primaried, it will try to burn away, reducing the damage it takes and possibly escaping. So ideally, even before the primary target dies, the second should already be tackled and held firm. So the way that this is done, when the commander calls the primary target, the primary tackler, who was designated as such, tackles it and holds it until it dies. And when the secondary is announced, the secondary tackler tackles it. So you say, what do we need to do that for? As opposed to just the commander saying someone tackle the secondary. It's for confusion's sake, because when the commander says, usually within the first minute of the fight, spread points, which indicates that the enemy fleet is running and that we need to try to catch as many ships as possible, when he says that, that command applies to everyone except for the primary and the secondary tackler. This way it guarantees that people by mistake do not switch their tackle off the primary, inadvertently allowing it to escape, or the secondary. And the reason why they both need to be tackled, because as soon as the primary goes down, the DPS needs to switch quickly to the secondary, and at the same time we need to maximize the number of other ships that we keep on grid as the fight goes on. So when the fleet commander says spread points, everyone knows to do it and not to tackle this primary and the secondary because they know for sure that there's two drakes taking care of the job. It just basically allows the pilots to make much better decisions on what to tackle and where. Also, if the secondary is not called, it allows the secondary tackler who was designated as such to find a target of opportunity. That is, he can just fish on the field something that he can catch that's very pricey and fairly easy to kill. For example, a vagabond is extremely difficult to kill, but if the vagabond is pre-tackled, it goes down faster than a battlecruiser if it's scrambled and webbed. So if a fight started going down and the secondary tackler does not have a job, he can find a nice pricey target like a vagabond or like a recon ship or a stealth bomber, something that's very quickly to pop if it is properly tackled, but if it's not, then it takes forever to chase down, like a high price ship or a strategic ship like a Falcon or something. He has the liberty to do it. Also, the frigate pilots that are in the fleet know that they can look for the targets of opportunity as well. Again, why can they know? It's because they know for sure there's two people designated to ensure that the tackle is held firm. And as the fleet grows, as it goes beyond 15 people, say to 30 people, instead of having just one primary tackler and one secondary tackler, you can designate two teams of people and say put one frig and two battlecruisers as a primary tacklers and a couple battlecruisers as secondary tacklers, and then tell other frigates just purely look for targets of opportunity. Or if the command is given to spread points, they can just catch whatever the biggest, fattest, most expensive ship that's near them. And it's not hard to do. It only takes, like the commander, about 1 minute to explain the process to the fleet, and it's easy to execute. And it maximizes, again, the number of ships being killed, because at this point we're defeating fleets. We just need to get more kills out of the times that we actually defeat. We usually kill like one or two, one faction battleship or something, and they run away. So this way we'll hopefully double our efficiency, because as they run away, more of them will get caught. And this video is basically just to give you the larger pictures, just so you have a better idea on the larger scale how this works. And also because some fleet commanders, we have several that are getting started at learning how to command fleets. And this video is also for them, so they understand how to do better job tackling in the fleet. And there you can do some variations on this too, because you can designate tertiary tacklers, or you can have a recon ship, specifically like a Rapier that's only there just to web people at the right time, so it switches webs as the primary is dying onto the secondary, again to maximize the DPS. And that's it. Very basic. And again, the reason why is because a webbed target goes down so much faster, especially when you have heavy ships on grid on our side. Anyway, that's all I got for you for today, guys. I hope this video is helpful. And last time I did some PvP tips, and people actually tried it and liked it. So I'm glad to hear that there is a response and there is growth. And it encourages me to put more small PvP tips like this. And I'll continue to do this. Next week maybe we'll talk about PvE a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and post on the forums also if you have any questions. If this is confusing or whatnot, sometimes people don't understand what I'm quite saying. But if you've flown in our fleets the last month, you will know what I'm talking about, and you will understand why this is important. That's all I got for you today, guys. Oh, by the way, great work today, taking down 2 POSs, getting some Merc action this weekend. So watch your travels, fly safe, get the correct TVP fittings, and let's kick some butt. Alright, dudes. Peace out.